Hello everyone, welcome back to Command Line Lessons on Codecademy. That's a mouthful. So in the last lesson we were looking at modifiers for the ls command specifically. We looked at -a, -l, -alt, so combining all of them together. Today we're still going to be looking at manipulation, but on different things, so let's get started. I did pwd just to make sure I know where I am. So what we need to do from here is, okay, well actually let's get started. The -t option orders files and directories by the time they were last modified, so we saw this in the last lesson. So if you missed that, be sure to check out the last lesson. So I'm not going to read that, but I'm going to move on to the instructions. So let's move on to copying, moving and removing files and directories from the command line. So we know that if you wanted to copy, move or remove files in UI, so in like folders, then you do shift delete, delete to delete something, Control C, Control V to copy and paste something, Control X to cut it. What else did it say? Yeah, moving, cutting, same kind of the same thing. But how do we do that in the command prompt or on the command line? So let's see then. So currently we are home, CC user, workspace and movies. So we need to go to drama and biopic. I'm guessing from here is where we need to go, so let's do ls, and drama is here, so let's do cd drama / biopic, or biopic. I don't actually know how that's pronounced, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Good, so now we are where we want to be, even though that was ticked off. I don't know why it was. Then type cd frida.txt lincoln.txt. Okay, and oops, keep trying. cd, let's copy and paste this. In command prompt you usually can't copy and paste things, so that happens. So sometimes you just have to type it out. Oh, that's cp, I thought it was cd. So I'm guessing cp means copy. So is it going to copy both of these files? We will find out. Okay, so we did that. And now are we going to do something like pt for paste? So we did this command. The cp command copies files or directories. Here we copy the contents of frida.txt into lincoln.txt. So whatever was in Frida is now pasted into Lincoln. Navigate to the drama directory, so we need to do cd ... to go up. Type cp biopic / Cleopatra.txt historical, or historical, I don't know. There we go. So we are copying from the folder or directory biopic the file Cleopatra into the directory called historical in the current directory that we're in. So let's actually do ls. So from biopic Cleopatra, Cleopatra is in the folder biopic, so we're copying that, and then we are getting it and putting it in the directory historical. Navigate to the historical directory, cd historical. Okay, let's pwd, so we're where we want to be, and ls. Now we also have cleopatra.txt in here as well. Here's one more way to use cp. Navigate up one directory from drama historical to drama. Okay, here's how to do this. We don't need that. Then type cp, so copy biopic / ray.txt to biopic / notorious.txt historical /. So let's think about what this could do. So we have this, we are copying this, and then we are pasting it into here as well as here. Let's see. So we have done that. Change directories into historical. cd historical. list all files, oops, not ls, and directories in the working directory. You should see a new copy of ray.txt and notorious.txt in your directory. So we have ray.txt right there, and we also have notorious.txt. So we have copied these two into here. So it wasn't this into these two, it was the first two into the last. So whatever goes before the last thing is copied, and then it's pasted into the very last argument, if you want to call it. So for example, if you had like 5 files listed before the last one, so if you had 6 things listed, the first 5 would be copied and they would be pasted into the very last argument. So the command we're looking for is touch, and we want to create shrek.txt. So let's do ls now and see if it is there. Yes, it definitely is. Then type cp asterisk satire. Okay, let's see what that does. So I can see that satire is there, so it's a directory inside of comedy. cp omitting directory satire, omitting directory slapstick. So there were 2 directories and they get omitted. Navigate to the satire directory. Let's list now. So we still have the same directories. So let's cd satire, ls, and pwd just to get more information. And in here we have the shrek.txt, and I'm also guessing that, or no, never mind. So let's go step by step. List all files and directories in the working directory. So we have those files. We don't have any directories, or we might do, but they are hidden. Let's do ls minus alt to see if there is anything hidden. There are 2 things hidden there. You should see a copy of the files theoffice.txt and shrek.txt. Yes, I definitely can, in the directory. So we'll explain how this works in the next exercise. So here's another way to use cp. Navigate to the action directory. Type cd ... action. Okay, so let's see where we are. Good. Here we navigate up 2 directories and then into the action directory. So as you can see here, in the hidden directories, when you list hidden directories, you can find a directory which is called 2 dots, and basically that's what you're accessing, and that's what's allowing you to move up a directory. If you go into a compressing file such as WinRAR, you might have noticed that at the top of all of your directories and files, or folders and files, you will find a .dot folder, and if you click it, you go up a directory. That's pretty much what's happening here as well. But normally that's hidden in a normal UI view, as well as here, because we had to use -alt to lift it, or to list it, I mean. So now what we need to do is type cp m*.txt and sci-fi. Actually, before I do that, I would like to list what's in here. So in here we have a directory sci-fi. Oops, what happened there? That's weird. List. We have a directory sci-fi, superhero, any other directories? No. All the other things are just files, which aren't interesting to us for now. So let's now do cp m*.txt and sci-fi. Okay, change directories into sci-fi. Oops, I meant cd sci-fi. And I put cs sci-fi. There we go, ls and pwd. So inside of here, now we have copied all of the files from the previous directory into here. So Batman, oh no, Batman isn't in here. Okay, Matrix Reloaded is, or is it? No. So let's look at the two commands that we have used. So the first command, this one, to copy a file into a directory, use cp or copy with the source file as the first argument, and the destination directory is the second argument, or in this case also the last. So here we copy the file biopic so the file cleopatra.txt in the directory biopic, and place it in the historical directory. What we also did was this command, and this command behaves similarly, but it allows us to copy multiple files over. So what we did here was target these two files, copy them, and then we pasted them into here. So as I said before, the first arguments are the things that you copy, and the last argument is where you paste them. So let's look at two more ways to use cp, or the copy command. Navigate to the comedy directory, cd comedy. There we go. Let's just make sure that we are there. Good, we are. Let's list what's in here. So in this directory, create a new file named shrek.txt. So we learned how to do that in the last lesson, or no, in the first or second lesson. It wasn't the last lesson, definitely. So touch shrek.txt. There we go. Let's ls, and oh, actually it existed before, but okay, so if it doesn't exist for you, you need to do this command. If it does exist, then you can actually ignore this step. Then type cp asterisk satire, omitting directory satire and directory slapstick. So navigate to the satire directory, and let's see what happened by listing, and let's make sure that we are where we want to be. List all the files and directories in the working directory. You should see a copy of the files, the office.txt and shrek.txt. In this directory, so in the satire directory. You should see a copy of those two. We'll explain how this works in the next exercise. So cp satire with the asterisk there. Basically, it's saying copy everything that's in this directory, in the current directory, everything that's a file, and paste it into the satire directory. That's what the asterisk means. So everything that's in this directory and is a file. Here's another way to use cp. Navigate to the action directory. Type cd //action. Here we navigate up two directories and then into the action directory. So also what I wanted to say was, let's just show this, ls -alt. So as you can see, if we do make a list like this, if we list everything that's inside, you will find a directory that is 2 dots. You can also see, so for example, if you have a program like WinRAR, if you opened up something in WinRAR, you might have noticed that at the top of everything there's a folder that's also called 2 dots, and if you click it, you go up a directory. Basically that's what we are doing when we use cd here, in a way, but this is using a textual interface. So just a bit of background. So now what we need to do is type cp_m*.txt sci-fi /. So in the previous command, or in this command, we used asterisk to target every file that is in the current folder. If we do something like this, we are targeting every file that starts with an M and ends with .txt. Anything can be between those two things. And then we are copying that and pasting it into sci-fi. So now if we go to sci-fi and list everything in here, you can see that Matrix Reloaded is in here as well, Matrix Revolutions, Matrix, and Terminator was here from before. Change directories to sci-fi, list all the files and directories in the working directory. You should see a copy of all text files starting with M. Matrix.txt, Matrix Reloaded, and Matrix Revolutions. Click next to learn how this works. So let's do that. So cp asterisk satire is the first command we used. In addition to using file names as arguments, we can use special characters like asterisk to select groups of files. These special characters are called wildcards. The asterisk selects all files in the working directory, so here we use cp to copy all files into the satire directory. Then we use the command cp m**.txt. Here m**.txt selects all files in the working directory starting with m and ending with .txt and copies them to sci-fi. So if you have ever tried naming a folder and putting a character of asterisk in the name, you will see that it's not going to allow you to do that. One of the reasons is because it's a special command and you just can't do that. Otherwise, if you somehow did manage to do it, it would create a broken directory because of this. So that's all the time for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer them, and I will do that as soon as possible. If you didn't enjoy this video, then please give it a dislike and tell me why you disliked it so that I can improve for next time. But until that next time, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I said guys too many times, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, just give it a like and do all that good stuff. Bye, guys, and girls.